You had to go. This is how it was. You had to go out and you had to get a blow-up doll. And you had to fucking go out and get it. You had to fucking go out and get it, right? You couldn't just order it off of an Amazon and some delivery guy shows up. He doesn't know what's in the box. You're standing there like Tom Hanks. Hey, how you doing? Great to see you. I'm gonna fuck that. You have no idea what it is. Now, dude, you had to go down and you had to fucking get this thing. You had to find a porno store, you had to work it out that was far enough away from your house that no one was gonna recognize your car. You drive down at like 11 in the morning. Who the fuck is gonna be there then, right? You'd park in the back on like a Tuesday, just sitting there in the car, psyching yourself up like, okay, I'm not hurting anybody. It's just an urge. Just get in there, okay? Hand in the money. Just get in there and get it done. You yank your hat down. You walk in with all your courage. And then you get in there and be too many other perverts in there and you get all psyched out. So what you do is you just grab a bunch of videotapes and you walked up to the counter and you had to make it look like it was an impulse buy, right? And you're walking up and everything, all the creepy shit was behind the counter, right? Just fucking heads and feet, just an ass, body parts, serial killer buffet. What fucking world am I entering? Oh my God, somebody's fucking a neck? Jesus Christ, right? And you set it down. Just make it look real subtle. Okay, buddy, is that gonna be all? Yeah, no. Maybe that thing down the end with the surprised look on its face. Maybe I'd like to take a shot at that. I don't know. The guy wraps it up, and then you finally get it. You give him the money. You fucking run out to the car. You have this whole weird emotion. You're like excited, and you hated yourself. Thank God I finally did it. What the fuck is wrong with me? You just drive off. You go back to your little shitty fucking apartment, and you had to blow it up quietly, so none of your neighbors heard. Just like. Then you got excited, start going a little faster. And just watching this thing slowly come into life, just like. Right? And then you'd wrap those rubber legs around you. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And God forbid you got caught. Your roommate comes walking in, he's fucking a blow-up doll. Dude, your life was over. You had like 6 minutes to get your mom on the phone like, Mom, I love you. You're never gonna see me again. Don't believe what people said about me. I'm so sorry. I'm going to Alaska. Oh, God, click. That was it. You moved to Alaska. No one ever saw you again. And that's why to this day, if you go to Alaska, there's like 8 men for every 2 women. Yeah, because that state is littered with men who got caught fucking shit they shouldn't have been fucking. No, we were watching it the other day, you know, Oprah's on there, she's interviewing some clam, you know, and she's giving her this big ridiculous intro, like she's done this, she's done that, she's done this, and she does the most difficult job on the planet, she's the mother, and continues on immediately. I just look at my girlfriend like, yeah, like really? Being a mother is the most difficult job on the planet? Oh yeah, all those mothers who die every year from black lung, from inhaling all that coal dust. Dude, women are just constantly patting themselves on the back about how difficult their lives are, and no one corrects them because they want to them. So there's just this tornado of like misinformation. Hey, the most difficult job on the planet. What would you rather be doing? Drilling to the center of the earth, shaking hands with the devil? Every time there's a rumble in the ground, you wait for the whole thing to collapse down on top of you so they can write that folk song about you, you know? Would you rather be up in the sunshine, running around with a couple of toddlers that you can send to bed anytime you want on some sort of trumped up charges, right? Because you want to have a drink and watch The Price is Right, you know what I mean? I couldn't believe it. It's the most difficult job on the planet. Oh yeah. I thought roofing in the middle of July is a redhead. I thought that was difficult. But these mothers are bending over at the waist, putting DVDs into DVD players. I don't know how they do it. I don't know how they do it. Dude, job that you can do in your pajamas is not a difficult job. All right? Give me a break. Jesus Christ, you're 35 years old playing hide and go seek. You're living the dream. You're living the dream. No time card, no taxes. You're off the grid. Making popsicle stick houses. I mean, it's the most difficult job on the planet. Oprah's not even a mother. How the would she know? Unbelievable. One time she was watching this show. It was like a poor excuse for The View. And they started talking about domestic violence, right? For the 9 millionth time this year, they're talking about domestic violence. Just in case, you didn't get the memo, Evidently, just some people didn't get it. It's not okay to slam your wife's head into the cupboard drawers because she didn't dry the can opener off properly, It's gonna fucking rust, right? How do you not know not to do that shit? Do they really have to keep talking about it? It's like wife beaters watching? Oh, fuck, now I get it. Ups a daisy, sweetheart, here we go. There you go, oh. So at the end of the hour, they come to the logical conclusion. They're like, there is no reason to hit a woman. There is no reason to hit a woman. And I was just like, really? I could give you like 17 right off the top of my head. You could wake me from a drunken stupor, I could still give you like 9. Dude, there's plenty of reasons to hit a woman. You just don't do it. But to sit there and suggest that there's no reason. Dude, the level of ego behind that statement. What are you, levitating above the rest of us? You're never annoying? Women, how many times have you thought about slapping your fucking guy in the head this week? There you go. Every day. You didn't do it, right? Oh, dude, it drives me nuts. There's no reason. There's no reason. Really? No reason? How about this? You marry a girl, you fall in love, you buy her a house. You go to work every day paying off the house. You come home one day, she's banging the next door neighbor, hands you divorce papers. You got to move out, sleep on a futon, and still pay for that house that she's going to stay in. No reason. I'm not saying you should do it, but there's plenty of fucking reasons in that arc of a story. No, that's the thing. Really is. That's the thing. I hate that saying there's no reason. Obviously, I'm not saying to hit a woman, But saying there's no reason, I think that's crazy. When you say there's no reason, that kills any sort of examination as to how two people ended up at that place. If you say there's no reason, you cut out the build-up, you're just left with the act. How are you going to solve it if you don't figure it out? Look how awkward it is in here right now. I said you shouldn't hit a woman. I'm just saying, how come you can't ask questions? You can only ask questions about what the guy did. You can never ask about the woman. Why is that? Why is that? What is that? What does answer him right mean? What does that mean? Are you the idiot who got up halfway through the special during the bit and you're like walking around like I'm not fucking taping a special here? What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? Fucking had to ignore all of that and now you're gonna like yell out? And not only that, yell something that makes no fucking sense whatsoever. Answer him! Answer him! Every fucking special I do, there's always one. Always, right down the fucking middle. Talking about hitting women, sweetheart. And I think you just added another reason. Jesus fucking Christ. I love this. I'm not even in a relationship with her, and she's fucking nagging me. Fucking unbelievable. Look, I understand hitting a woman's a bad thing, okay? Well, how come you can't fucking ask questions? I just don't understand. Like, if I get bit by a rattlesnake, wouldn't you guys have some questions? Right? How did it happen? Did you not see it? Were you fucking with it? How did this snake get so mad it almost killed you? Firemen put out a fire, they don't just drive away afterwards, they sift through the debris. How did it start? Here's an oily rag, right? Look, I realize I'm coming off pretty ignorant right about now. I realize that. Let me extend an olive branch then, okay? I realize that there's some animal guys out there, okay? Horrible guys, you know, have a rough day at the factory, come home, tuna casserole, and just start swinging, all right? I'm not trying to say that those people don't exist. I realize they exist. They should be buried underneath the prison, okay? So if I can admit that, ladies, can you at least admit that every ass kicking doesn't just fall out of the fucking sky? Really? Even hockey has 2 minutes for instigating, right? They understand that some back and forth happened before that shit, you know? You know what it is? Is every case is handled like that Rihanna one, where they just say, the guy's a piece of shit, fuck this guy, blah, 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 send him to jail, and then they never ask anything about that. You know, I'm not saying he should have done it, but I'm just saying. I'm just saying, dude, in your heart of hearts, what do you think was going down before that happened? You think she was just sitting there going, oh my God, Baskin Robbins, you want to get some ice cream? And he fucking, you know? Or do you think maybe they were having some epic end of the relationship fight and some crazy shit was being said? Maybe she was screaming in his ears some crazy female shit like, oh, fuck all your friends, I don't give a fuck. Maybe that's why I sell more albums than you, motherfucker. Right? To be fair, she could have just been sitting there going, I need a tissue. Do you keep those in the glove box? Oh my God, I'll bring my out. I'll bring my out. Now, fuck that, because you know what it is? They never address how women argue, which I think is a core of a lot of that shit. You know? And I got to tell you something, man. Like, I never knew how women argued. But after 20 years of losing every significant battle in a relationship, I finally figured out how they argued. I'm going to tell you something. I'm starting to turn this franchise around. I have begun a winning tradition. This is how they argue, as far as I can tell. All right? If they're right, they argue the point. And they stay on point and make sure you stay on point until you're down on your knees, apologizing, begging for forgiveness. All right? No problem with that. Totally respect it. But here's the thing. If they're wrong, they go rogue. They go off-road. They start thinking of shit you're sensitive about. Maybe you don't get along with your dad. And in their head, they just start concocting this evil statement. Totally designed, this desperate Hail Mary attempt to make you so fucking mad, you just call him a cunt. That's what it is. And cunt trumps all the bullshit they did to start the argument. Now it's not about that. Well, that's no reason to call me a cunt. And then that's it. You're in this room now, right? And they won't hook up with you for a couple of days. Who cares? Who cares? You rub one out. Rub one out like a man. It's the champagne of victory. Set the tone before I come out here. So this crazy lady rolling around on the grass today. It was fucking hilarious. You know, you're not supposed to laugh at that stuff, but she was just so into whatever she was singing that no one else could see. She was just rolling around. I don't know. I just felt like I should have felt bad, but it was like genuinely hilarious. She was having a good time. Nice tan, you know. I was watching TV the other day. This girl I've been hanging out with, man. She loves watching the Oprah show, and I love to watch her watch the Oprah show. This is what I do, and I wait for Oprah to say something that I don't agree with, and then I take it out on her because I'm an asshole, right? Basically, it's how it goes down. So, Oprah brings out some guest, this female. She gives her this huge intro. She's like, she's been on this, she's been on that, and she does the most difficult job on the planet. She's the mother. So immediately I look at her, I'm like, really? Being a mother is the most difficult job on the planet? You know, how many moms died on ice road truckers last season? You know, many of them get washed overboard on Deadliest Catch. It's ridiculous. I'm not saying it's not difficult, but what would you rather do for a job? You want to hang off a tugboat? Whatever the hell those guys are on, scooping snails up off the ocean? You want to hang out in the sunshine with a couple of rugrats. You know, you can send them to bed anytime you want on some trumped up charges. Right? You want to have a drink and watch The Price is Right. It's ridiculous. I don't know. Maybe it's me. Maybe it is the most difficult job. You know, I thought roofing in the middle of July as a redhead, I thought that was difficult. I did. I thought that was a difficult job. But evidently these mothers, they're bending over at the waist, putting DVDs into DVD players. I don't know how they do it. How do they do it? The way they push that stroller with the round wheels and the baby in there? Come on! It's like an extra 10.8 ounces. Most difficult job on the planet, right? Going to war, pinned down by a sniper, that's a joke. It's a joke. You ever burp a baby and forget to put that little towel up there? There's another shirt you gotta wash, you know, lift with your knees and put it in that machine that does it for you. Now, dude, any job you can do in your pajamas is not difficult, right? Sure, it's emotionally draining, it can be trying at times, but come on. I'm sick of women bitching about being moms. It was the bank hat. It's your idea. You want this. I don't want this. I want a coffee table and a flat screen. I'm good. You wanted this. It's a great job. It's a great job. No boss, no time card, right? No taxes. You're off the grid. Hang out all day making grilled cheese sandwiches. Give it a puppet show, you dress like a dragon for some reason, right? Then some other adult comes home and gives you money. You're like a big kid. It's the most difficult job on the planet. You know what the problem is we beat women for like centuries with like mop handles and stuff. So, you know, adjustments had to be made, but now there's been an overcorrection over the last like 7 or 8 years to the point that women can make these ridiculous statements and then get called on it. That is such a ridiculous, most difficult job. Remember sitting down with those oil fields on fire and those poor bastards had to put them out? Eyebrows singed off 4 miles away, this little shield just walking into flames. Right, would you rather do that or watch Bob the Builder again? Fucking people mining every day, drilling to the center of the earth. It's just fucking shaking hands with the devil every fucking day. Every time there's a rumble in the ground, you gotta worry you're gonna get buried alive and have a folk song written about you. It's the most difficult job on the planet. It isn't. It isn't. No, we want to fuck them, so we never correct them. So this whole cesspool of misinformation gets created. You sit there agreeing, oh yeah, sure it is really difficult. Yeah. What else has been bugging me lately? Tiger Woods' wife, soon to be ex-wife, thank God. You know, unbelievable. She got a lot of nerve, that one. She really does. That really should have been Tiger Woods' response to her, that whole fucking... She'd be like, you know, you got a lot of nerve. And then just walk away. Just walk away. Just let her think about that for a while. Give me a fucking break. What is she bitching about again, exactly? He bought her 6 houses in a fucking island. If I was dating a woman who did all that, she could bang anybody she wanted. I don't care. Fuck them all. Can I have another car? This is awesome. This is awesome. I do nothing all day. That's exactly what everybody dreams of, right? It's everybody's dream. As much as you want to make it in this business and everything, don't you have a figure in your head? Once I make this much money, that's it. I'm tapping out. Fuck everybody. Suck my dick is my outgoing message on the chain. I'll pick it up if I want to, if I feel like it. I'm sick of putting checkers in between my toes or whatever freaky thing you do if you had all kinds of free time. No, she does. She's got a lot of nerve. married the king. Right? You married the king. You know what that means. King gets extra pussy. That's how it works. That's how it's always worked. The king has always gotten extra. The king doesn't get extra. What am I working for? What am I dragging myself up the mountain for? I'm going to get up there and I'm going to get the same amount as some fat fuck at a hardware store? It's ridiculous. Don't marry the king. You want a loyal guy? Marry a serf. Go get some guy. With a compact car, driving to work every day to some fucking cubicle. That guy's loyal. He doesn't walk to his car having to beat women off him, you know? I know that's a ridiculous point of view, but come on. Honestly, and at no point, they're talking about her like he was slapping her around. I like when they say that shit. There's no excuse to have hit a woman. They always say that on shows. There's no excuse to have hit a woman. Really? I can give you like 15 right off the top of my head. You just don't do it. You just don't do it. But for you to sit there and act as though, but just the level of ego of that, it's incredible. All right. I got a dog. I gotta bring it around. Something happy. Something so that I'm not heartless. Where is the light, by the way? Where is that it right there? So you're going to give it to me for this prom, right? That was unbelievably unprofessional. Just saw a lot of lights up there. Like, that one's kind of dimmer than the other one. I got a dog. Went down to the pound. I got one of those free dogs. That's how I say it. I got a free dog. I don't say I rescued one. I think that's obnoxious. And a gross exaggeration. I hate when people say that. She's a rescue. Yeah, I rescued her. Really? Did you pull her out of a burning building? Did you jump in a river with your wingtips still on? With no concern for your own safety? Or did you just go down to the pound and get a free dog? Is that what you think? Stop acting like you had to take out a couple of guards and crawling on your elbows, using hand signals. You ever go down to the pound, they're just giving them away. They don't even do a background check. You want them? Get out of here. That's it. It's over. So I'm looking at these dogs. You know, I like a bigger dog, so I'm looking at this one, but you know, I'm looking at the dog. I'm like, is that a pit bull? And the lady's like, no, it's not a pit bull, it's a mix. Really? Mixed with what? Another pit bull? Look at that. So he's been doing pull-ups its entire life. Front paws were still taped up and shadow boxing. It's a pit bull. I don't know what it was. I fell in love with it though, man. I love the dog. You know? I know a lot of people don't like pit bulls because, you know, they ate some people or whatever they did. Time a pit bull does anything, it's on the news. It's ridiculous. All those little dogs biting people all the time. How many people got bit by dachshunds last year? Anybody have the stats on that? You don't. They're like bankers. No one gives a shit. You just fucking get away with it. White collar crime. Those little dogs. Pit bulls even look at anybody. There's a big news van outside with a satellite. It's got to be put down. They're awesome dogs. You owe it to yourself, I'm telling you. At some point in your life to walk down the street with a pit bull. It's tremendous. People just get out of the way. It's awesome. 3-4 blocks away, they just start crossing the street. I love it. You know, my whole life I've looked like Ron Howard, you know. I've been mugged repeatedly. I've been mugged. Just because how I look, no one respects me. He looks like a puppet. Let's go mess with him. Now I got this dog. It's like I'm tough by association, you know. Got a little street cred. Awesome. Totally sold on the breed. I can't even describe that feeling walking down the street with a pit bull. It's like a gun you can pet. That's the best way to describe it. I love it. No, they're really loyal dogs, and you know, I'm not gonna lie to you. She's out of her mind. You know, that's one of the things Sarah McLachlan doesn't talk about when she's whining about those dogs. You know? Yeah, shelter dogs are crazy. My dog has like nightmares. It's like running in his sleep. Come on, you motherfuckers, you know? Right. You're not supposed to wake a human being, you know, if they're having a nightmare. What do I do with a pit bull, you know? So. All right, how can I get out of this? What's the last thing? Oh, here's one with you. I
I was having lunch with this girl, right? And right in the middle of lunch, she looks across the table. And we were in this restaurant. She goes, this is going to seem oddly racist. And I was like, all right, this is going to be awesome. All right. Thought this was going to be a boring lunch. Okay, let's have it. What do you got? She just goes, there are a lot of Asians in this restaurant. I'm like, that's not racist. That's an observation. There are a lot of Asians in this restaurant. However, if you were to say, what the fuck are all these fucking Asians in this goddamn restaurant? Now that would seem oddly racist. Now listen, I'm out of time. You guys are a lot of fun. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you. Down, like regroup, somehow like deal with my idiocy, you know what I mean? Then there's always like some 8-year-old I see later on a laptop like, he's like breaking into the Pentagon, downloading movies that haven't even been made yet. I just got a plane ticket for $6. You just want to like slam his head in the thing. I'll tell you the only thing I like about my computer is I really enjoy spell check. No, I love it. You know what I love about spell check? You don't have to be close to getting the word right. Have you ever noticed that? All you gotta do is just get it like somewhere like within the ballpark of the word. It's almost like your computer can just start guessing like, I don't know, dinosaur? You know, when you're sitting there like an idiot, like, nah, I wasn't trying to spell dinosaur. So then what does your computer do? It starts throwing out like every D word it can possibly think of, like, okay, how about dictionary? Diary, any of this stuff looking familiar? Are we moving towards the goal or away from it? You ever spell a word so bad, though, your spell check has absolutely no clue what the hell you're trying to spell? What do you end up getting? You end up getting like a question mark. You got $1 million worth of technology just looking back at you like, just like you got me, buddy? Which is pretty amazing, because I have all the words. Yeah, and that doesn't look like any of them. I can't even make a guess that's so screwed up. Would you like pass out and whack your head off the keyboard? Please tell me you're not that stupid. I love my dad, man. He's hilarious. He's such an emotional guy, you know. I know my dad was his funniest, though, was whenever you like broke something. Because my dad would totally flip out, right? But the words he used, you would have actually thought it was a good thing. You know what I mean? Like you'd break a window, psh, he'd be like, nice! Real nice! Oh, that's beautiful! That is just beautiful! Hey, why don't you break them all? Hey, get a nice breeze going. And I was watching the Food Network recently. I swear to God, that channel is unbelievable. It's 24 hours of food. That's got to be like the Playboy channel in Ethiopia. I'm serious. If I was in Ethiopia, that is a channel I would watch, you know? Wouldn't watch like HBO or ESPN. I'd be sitting there watching the food going, damn, man! Look at that cake! You know, like hanging out with all my skinny friends. Look at those hot dogs, man! Cubicle should be illegal, man. You know what a cubicle basically says? It basically says, like, you know what? We don't think you're smart enough for an office, but we don't want you to look at anybody. So you're going to get in there, and you're going to shut your face. And you just get in there, and you're, like, hunched over, typing away. Around lunchtime, you pop your head up like a gopher, like, hey, Steve, you want to get a sandwich or something? I said, get in there and shut your face. I was just asking for a sandwich or something. God, I hate that guy. I really hate that guy. It's time to go on the internet and look for a weapon. No, they're awful. Every time I see cubicles, I just want to just run through them and just knock them down, set everybody free. It's awful. It's like the same feeling you get when you're like in the pet store and you see all the rabbits and stuff. You just want to let them out. Pathetic, man. You know what I love about the cubicle? I always love the pathetic attempt to try to make the cubicle like a home. You know what I mean? There's always like a stuffed animal in there, or like a picture of your mom with like her disappointed eyes looking back out at you like, why have you accepted this as your lot in life? Why don't you have the balls to get up and walk out of this thing? I'm telling you, those people need to be rescued. You ever walk by a cubicle? The person in the cubicle always looks back out at you. Because they're starved for some sort of human contact. They'll just start up a conversation like, hey, is it raining out? I haven't seen the sky in like 6 days. They don't let us look out the windows. I'll tell you one thing I have realized, though. When you go to war, man, that's the one time when you really have to, like, appreciate rednecks, though. No, you know why? Because rednecks, they're like the one group of people that actually want to go to war. Everybody else tries to get out of it. Like, rich people never go to war. You ask a college kid if he wants to go to war, he's just like, I'm taking this sociology class, and I think war is, like, really stupid. My roommate's, like, half Afghanis. That's going to cause some static. You ask a redneck if he wants to go to war, he's just like, hell yeah! Absolutely, I'm ready right now! You just point the direction, buddy, I'm ready to do this! No, they're frightening people, but you gotta utilize them. Seriously, you want to scare the enemy, okay? And rednecks are like America's pit bulls. They should just sedate those people, drop them off in Afghanistan, just let them run wild. Just be like, dude, just go do everything you ever dreamed of doing. Just go crazy. Have one of your friends play the banjo, it'll scare the hell out of them. No, that's what I would do, man. If I ever ran the draft, I would just draft psychos. I wouldn't deal with people who worked in coffee shops. I'd go into the swamps of this country. I'd get people with rabies. I'd get perverts, people like to grind up against other people on the subway. Just get like the cancer of this society and just send it over there. Homeless people like to talk to buildings. Just send it over there. Just irritate them. Bunch of freaks running around. Seriously, you wouldn't want to draft a guy like me. I'm a comedian. I'm useless. I'm a coward. I don't like confrontations. You draft a redneck. Not only is that dude a psycho, he'll actually save you money. Those guys show up to the army like, here's your M16. They're like, I already got one. I got some stuff in the trunk you ain't ever seen before, buddy. I went on the internet, got me some of that surface to air stuff, took it out hunting, got me a moose and a duck at the same time. Now, I didn't even see the duck. Duck was over her. I'm aiming at the moose. Duck's over her. That's my peripheral. Over her. And the shot went up the moose's ass, and the shrapnel from his antler hit the duck. Duck came down. It was the best damn duck I ever ate. Actually, Nerd Jesus died in the last year, right? Steve Jobs. Yeah, he died, right? I know. A lot of nerds here tonight. I know, you're sad. I didn't get it. I didn't get the big deal they made about that guy. When he died, they were like, he changed the world. That was insane. He changed the world. The world was one way, and then Steve Jobs came, and it was another. What did he do? Somebody, for the love of God, what the fuck did that guy do? What did he do? He told other people what to invent? I want my entire music collection in that phone. Get on it! Right? And then these poor, nameless, faceless scientists got to go in a back room and figure it out. How the fuck are we going to get all of this into this? I mean, what year does this guy think this is? This is crazy. This is like Buck Rogers. Dude, my kid has a birthday in like 11 months. Steve Jobs just walking by. I don't hear any thinking going on in there. Just strutting around the office, eating some pretentious fruit like a pear, right? Just throwing out ideas. There's another one. There's another one I just came up with on the way to work. I was reading a magazine the other day, turning pages, you know? I like to turn pages on a screen that aren't even there. Yeah, wrap your fucking heads around that, guys. See you in 8 years. Where you going, Michael? Big, little, get on it. Right? And all these people slave away to make his vision come true. And then they have the big nerd fest, right? Down there, Comic-Con, and all their nerd mecca. They're all showing up with their acne and their Hulk shirts, limping into the arena, right?
Does Steve Jobs go out with a whole chorus line of scientists? No, he goes out there by himself. Sneakers and no belt, like it was no biggie, right? like he's Tesla, tapping into the atmosphere. I know, this is always uncomfortable. I know, you bought into it, right? That whole advertising, the way they aligned themselves with some of the greatest people of all time. Jesus, Gandhi, me. Remember that? Muhammad Ali, John Lennon, this guy. How the fuck was that dude like any of them? Gandhi didn't have a sweatshop. Nah, he didn't have people leaping to their deaths only to catch a net and get ricocheted back through the window to have to put together yet another iPad. John Lennon didn't have children in his basement pressing those fucking albums. I know. New phone can't fit the old charger. This is your hero? This is the guy? This is what all the silence is about? New phone can't fit the old charger, so then you gotta throw it out, ends up in the ocean around some octopus's neck. Do you realize how much sea life is ecstatic that that man is no longer walking the earth? That's where it all ends up, you know. Doesn't go in a landfill, ends up in the ocean. You realize that? I hate people who say I don't pollute. I don't pollute. Yeah, you do. You use shit and you throw it out. Well, you think because you put it in like a basket, it just poof, disappears? Everything you ever used is somewhere. You ever think about that? Remember that flannel shirt you bought back in the day when you got into Pearl Jam? That's out there somewhere. Probably on some porpoise's face. He's trying to get it off. Stupid little flippers. All the fads. You remember rollerblading? Remember that? Everybody had them. We set up cones, we did little tricks, right? One little homophobic joke killed that entire fad. What's the hardest thing about rollerblading? Telling your parents you're gay. Full-grown adults. Dude, I'm not gay. I don't have the cooties. These mean I suck dick. And they just threw them out. They end up in the ocean. They're made out of plastic. They can't biodegrade. They just break down to little cubes. Fish are breathing them in. 6 months later, you're going out, you're getting sushi. You think you're being healthy. You're eating your old rollerblades. All right, I'm out of time. You guys are great. Thank you. Thank you.
All right, thank you. I gotta stop being a jerk. No, I do. I argue with my girlfriend all the time, you know, and I want to be like it's because she's like a psycho, you know. But I think once you're on like your 30-second girlfriend, you got to be like, all right, maybe it's me, you know. Maybe I have some issues. I don't know, man. I find women to be like relentless. You know, they're just like constantly coming at you. They're like these psycho robots that never run out of batteries. Every day they're just coming at you like, That's why you got to get like that hand up to try to create some sort of buffer, you know? So they'll bounce off it, but they still always come in, hey, let's go see my parents. You want to try yoga? You ever have apricots? Let's go outside. It's nice. We should do something. No, it drives me nuts, but I'm trying to be a good boyfriend. So recently my girl took me to a street fair, right? You guys been to those things? You know, they close off the block. There's like shawarma. There's stuff made out of buttons. You know, people with no teeth are making keychains. It's like a typical girlfriend idea. It sucks, and it's going to take all Saturday, right? Yeah, she's like all excited, like swinging my arm. This is going to be great. I'm like praying for lightning, you know? That was brutal. So we came up to this first table we come up to. There's this big table and nothing but homemade jewelry, right? Homemade jewelry. There's like twigs. There's like macaroni, right? It was junk. It was like a table of junk, but she loves it. She's like, do you like these earrings? Do you think these are nice? I just want to be like, no. If they were nice, they'd be in a store, all right? There'd be a roof,
some sort of structure would be built around this. The guy selling it would be wearing shoes. You know, it's junk, right? But I'm trying not to be a jerk, so I'm like, no, you know what? It's really nice. I'm going to go get some air. You know, we're outside. I think there's more air to be had. No, because I felt like it was going to snap. You know what I mean? You ever get like that? You ever just get like crazy thoughts? You know? Like you ever just like walk down the street and you see like some guy up on a ladder, you just have the urge to go over and just start like shaking it? You know? Or you see people sitting out on the sidewalk, they're like eating, laughing, like, hey, you want to come like, hey? Just knock all their stuff out. Dude, I have that all the time. Seriously, you ever drive down the street and you see like 30 people up on the sidewalk, you just think, no, you don't do it. You don't do it, you just think it. That's what separates like the psycho from the functioning psycho, right? You start really like analyzing it. Like if I just leave my hand here, nobody knows who I am. I move it 2 degrees over here. I'm on the cover of Newsweek. People cannot stop talking about me. Right here, it's like, hey, Bill, you want to go out to the barbecue? Think we could have a good time? Maybe bring the potato salad? One of the most horrific scenes we've seen in years. Bodies just strewn about. I'm just going to be there. All right. So I'm feeling these crazy thoughts at this street fair. So I come up to this table, right? Like 30 yards away, there's this lady standing there. She's got this big table and nothing but muffins, right? Muffins. It's like 80 degrees out. She's selling muffins. And she's got this big stupid, look at the muffins I made. Look in her face. And the second I saw that part of my brain was just like, dude, what would happen if you just walked up and just said, hey, lady, are these your muffins? Oh, yeah? And I just started going, blam, 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 blam. Like, how many of these muffins could I mush before anybody did anything? I mean, realistically, I think I could have got the whole table. Because even if you saw me doing that, it would take at least 3 to 5 seconds to process, like, did they say you could do that? Is it like a game? Do you eat the muffin off your fist? That just seems like a waste of pastry. Dude, there's no security at a street fair. There's no bouncer standing there. He's mushing the muffins. Okay, I'm on it. Sir, we're going to have to ask you to leave. So I just started thinking of the horrified, screwed up look in this lady's face as I'm slamming these muffins. And out of nowhere, I just started laughing like a maniac. I'm like slumped over this fried dough cart. I'm dying. My girl looks at me. She's like, what the hell are you laughing at? And like an idiot, I actually tried to explain screwed up thought. Like she was going to get it. Oh, it's brutal. I'm literally sitting there like dying, like I was just thinking, what if I started punching the muffins? You know what I mean? I just started punching them. She's just looking at me like, why do I go out with you? Dude, but I swear to God, if I never broke eye contact the second I started smashing that lady's muffins, she wouldn't even be able to call for help. Nah, it would have been in her head. She'd be like, did I go to high school with this guy? Why would you do that? Muffins are a happy food. All right, I'm out of time. You guys are a lot of fun. Thank you.
All right, you guys have been a great crowd. I appreciate you sitting here with us. We're going to bring out the next act. You guys ready? Good. Your final comedian of tonight. You guys all know him. He's hilarious. You've heard him numerous times on the Opie and Anthony show. Show him some love, Bill Burr.
All right, thank you. Jesus Christ. Thank you very much. How are you? Thank you. Yes, thank you very much. I'm becoming a psycho. I've realized that about myself. I am. I watch conspiracy theory and like slap fights till like 2 in the morning on YouTube, you know? Yeah, I start like piecing shit together. I'm becoming that guy. I'm like that guy, you know, you sit there, you're sitting there drinking in a bar and all, you know, some guy's cool, you're talking about the game, then all of a sudden he's just like, you know, there's no gold behind our currency. You realize that? You're like, oh yeah, that's great. Pick up your drink, just fucking walk away. Oh, that's what I'm becoming. Totally into conspiracy. That's why I think Barack Obama is going to win the election. I think they're going to let him win because they're in the process. Yeah, they're in the process of bankrupting this country, and I think that they need a black guy to blame it on.
that's what's gonna happen. Dude, it'll totally feed into the rednecks. They'll be like, you see? You see what happened? Dude, he's only half black. Well, that's the half that did it. That's what happened. I bet the white half was saying. That's why, see, I'm just fucking losing people. I am. I just look at TV and nothing makes sense to me. I'm sick of them telling me shit is shocking that is completely obvious. Crocodile hunter dies. Oh, can you fucking... Yes, I can totally believe it. It's why I watched the show. I watched it every week because I knew eventually he was going to fucking die, and I wanted to see it. Right? Oh, I like that dog, the bounty hunter video, or the phone message he left. People are like, can you believe he left that racist message? It's like, dude, look at him. Look at him. Some redneck with a mullet down to his ass. He drives a pickup. He's got the gloves with the fingers cut off. Yeah, who would have thought he had a couple of fucked up ideas rolling around in his head, Dude, you know what would have been shocking? If he could play the cello. That would have been shocking, right? Yeah, then you'd be sitting there like, goddamn, look at Doc. Here it is. I thought he was some racist on his way to a steak and shake, and he's busting out a little Beethoven. God damn, I owe this guy an apology, God, I'd love to see his iPod. I can't imagine the eclectic mix of music. There's so much time I spend alone on the road, man. I actually spent so much time alone on the road, I actually contemplated milk to the point I can't even fucking drink it anymore. Sitting there drinking, man, this stuff is great, tastes awesome, Then I started thinking it comes out of the carton, and I just did the police work. It comes out of a cow, and I'm like, I am fucking suckling from another species. We have such a crazy relationship with cows. You ever think about that? No, you can nurse from it, you can eat it, right? You can tip it over when it's sleeping, but if you fuck it, you're going to jail. All right, I'm thinking about getting a dog, everybody. I am. No, I'm at the point. Nothing alive is dependent on me. I gotta get out of this tailspin, man. So I'm thinking about getting a dog. My girlfriend wants me to adopt a dog. She's like, you want to adopt a dog? We should rescue one. You want to do that? I'm like, no, I don't. She's like, why not? I go, because I think a lot of those dogs they're a little fucked in the head. Yeah, how do you think they ended up down there? It's like, dude, that's not a pet store. That's like doggy death row, all right? Why don't we just go to a prison and adopt an inmate on the off chance that maybe they didn't commit the crime, just roll the dice? Dude, fuck that. I want a brand new 2008 Bulldog, all right? I don't want some 1995, half a Labrador. It's got part of its ear chewed off, Every time I go to use the toaster, it starts freaking out. Because his last owner hung him from the ceiling fan every time the Jets didn't cover the over, Dude, that is an animal. That thing could kill you. If a squirrel wanted to fuck me up, if it just started running at me, by the time I processed, is that a rat? Is that mechanical? By the time I figured it out, it would have ran up my leg and just taken chunks out of my ear. Then I got to tell that story for the rest of my life, sitting in a bar. Dude, what happened to you? A fucking squirrel, all right? Never get laid again. That's what I'm saying, right? I get one of those crazy dogs, get up at 3 in the morning to take a leak, right? I'm shuffling to the bathroom, and that's the exact moment his previous owner used to come home shit-faced and beat the crap out of the dog, right? I got no clue. I'm just, sitting there shuffling to the bathroom. Meanwhile, the dog's getting all amped up, fuck this shit, man. I promised myself I wouldn't let this happen again, all right? It's time to man up, man up. Ah! It's flying at me. Takes a big chunk out of my neck. Then what? I'm laying on the ground bleeding. What are they going to do with the dog? They're going to take him right back down to the prison like some repeat offender, have shackles on him and stuff. He's just sitting there hopping back in. We knew you'd be back. Yeah, go fuck yourself. Get me a milk bone, Wheel him in like Hannibal Lecter with that lampshade around his neck. I gotta work on my temper, though. Something I really gotta do. I let the thoughts just spin away, I was on a plane the other day. I actually had the urge to elbow an old lady in the face.
It was like compelling. It was unbelievable. You know, when you go to get off a plane, there's like rules when you go to get off the plane, all right? It goes row by row by row. And this lady was all like, ooh, I'm 90. I get to cut everybody, right? So I'm competitive. I start fucking boxing her out, right? Start bringing down like the overhead luggage, you know? So she just starts like waddling around me. And all of a sudden I just feel my elbow like, dude, you're gonna take this shit? This is ridiculous, man. The whole half of the plane is watching it. Come on, man. Dude, we got a wide open shot. Just real light. Poof. You don't gotta hit it that hard. And then you can play it off. I'm literally talking to my elbow like, dude, come on, man. We can't do this shit, all right? This chick's like 95 years old. We can't do it. And I thought I had my body under control, and she got like to right about there, and then I felt my foot like, dude, we could still trip her. Just throwing that out there. All right, I'm out of time. You guys were awesome. Thank you so much. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you.
Bill Burr, a round of applause for Bill, man. Great. Did you have a nice time tonight? Thank you guys, and I really mean that for supporting this show. Lemmy, thank you so much for being a part of it and providing the theme song. I love you.
Anytime.
Thank you guys very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, the great Bill Burr. Bill Burr!
All right, how are you? How's it going? Thank you for coming out of this wonderful A-leg. I just got back from Southeast Asia doing some stand-up over there. Really cool people. Yeah, it's the shit. Wonderful people. Unbelievable level of poverty and stuff. I almost fall off the stage. Makes it hard to complain, though, you know? You see that level of poverty? Come back, your throat's all itching and stuff. Probably got Ebola, you know? It would be a good thing to bring that here, you know? Just to kind of thin out the traffic a little bit, right? Why don't they ever just let it burn through one time? Why do we always gotta, like, jump on it? You ever had one of those selfish thoughts? Like, what if it was a bunch of people who died, nobody you knew or loved, right? And then the next day you just get to tear right through the Lincoln Tunnel at about 5 in the evening, right? The only thing you'd have to suppress is the guilt of not missing those people you didn't know, right? I shouldn't make fun of Ebola. I don't know anything about it. Other than if you get it, you have this unbelievable urge to go to the airport, right? Yeah, I don't know what it is. Nobody gets Ebola, just has the decency to just walk out in the woods by themselves and just bleed out like a gentleman, right? For some reason, you got to go right down to the airport. Oh, can I downgrade to a middle seat? So, I'm sick of Obama's wife. Yeah. This isn't some Republican rant either. It's just kind of first ladies in general. You know, I don't know what it is. All throughout my life, with each presidency, like these first ladies, they've just gotten more and more like chatty. You know? More and more chiming in, like leaning into the frame, spitting out their ideas. It's just like, well, why are you talking? Right? You weren't elected. Shut up. Your husband's not running a lemonade stand here. He's running the country. You don't just chime in. Let me guess, is this considered sexist? It is? Why? Well, okay, you just nodded there, lady. Let me ask you this, all right? Let's say you had a leak in your house, okay? You call a plumber up. He shows up, and he goes, yeah, I think the leak's coming from the upstairs bathroom. We need to shut it up, blah, blah. Then all of a sudden, his wife walks in, who isn't a plumber. And then goes, hey, you know, I'm actually thinking it's kind of... Wouldn't you be like, with all due respect, shut the fuck up. I need a plumber in this moment. I'll extend an olive branch here. All right, at some point, there's going to be the first female president, right? Exactly. Which means at that moment, you're going to have the first male first lady, right? And when that happens, that dude needs to shut his trap. I don't want to hear a word out of him. I want to hear from the president. You, sir, go do some first lady stuff, all right? Go get yourself some gloves that go up to your elbows. Smile and nod during speeches. Go put your own flair redecorating the White House, right? Which leads you to Michelle Obama, right? Now she's sitting there holding up those hashtags. Remember that hashtag, bring back our girls? Remember that? It's like, that blew my mind. It's like, why are you showing me that? I'm a stand-up comedian. Like, what am I gonna do to get those girls back? Why don't you look across the dinner table? It's like, you see that guy? That is the leader of the free world. Tell him to pick up a phone, call some Navy SEALs and solve it. What am I gonna do? Show up with a sharpened mic stand? Hey, Michelle said to bring her back. Oh, it's unreal. I'll tell you what kills me. Hillary Clinton might run. She might run. That blows my mind. I mean, how she became a senator. She went from being the president's wife to being a senator. Just like that, lateral move. That's like Tom Brady's wife becoming the next quarterback of the Rams. It's like, what, you hanging out? You just pick it up? I sucked at sports, and then I banged Tom Brady, and I don't know what happened. I just picked up a ball, I started lacing it. I'm leading receivers. It was incredible. All right, I'm out of time. You guys were awesome. Thank you so much.
Down in the South, man, I had a real weird experience last time I came down here. I was in Nashville, right? Sort of an awkward social situation, right? I'm sitting at this bar. There's this white dude sitting like 2 stools away. I don't know him. He doesn't know me. And that Terrell Owens story was in like sports news. So I try to make conversation. I'm like, man, look at this guy. This guy just signed a $40 million contract. He's already bitching, man. How much money do you need to make? And the dude looks at me. He's like, you know what I say? And then he looked over his shoulder, which I now know is the telltale sign that the N-word is coming, and it's coming hard. Oh yeah, it's not gonna be pronounced with the A, it's gonna be with the R, and he hit the R, he like stuck the landing. There was like a dismount, Klan members high-fiving in the background, like doing the wave. Just out of nowhere, so now immediately I'm looking over my shoulder like, dude, what the hell are you doing? You know what I mean? I'm waiting for like this hail of black fists to come raining down on top of me. I hate when people do stuff like that. That dude made me part of like a potential ass kicking that I had nothing to do with. You don't do shit like that. He just had that word, hot potato, just threw it in my lap. Like, trying to pass it down to the next white dude. I hate when people do that, man. You know, it's like, dude, feel me out first. Ask some questions. Do you like to fish? Have you ever fucked your sister, right? I start rattling off answers, then you go old school. You give me a pamphlet, you tell me about your militia. Don't just dive into it. That dude was one of the angriest people I ever met. I should have known that word was coming, because he was just watching Terrell, right? Anytime I would bring up, look at man, that guy's talking trash, he would just like flip out. He won't shut up! You know those people get like so mad they're not even looking at you? Their eyes are up, you just shut up and play the game! You know what's funny? I don't even like Terrell, but now I love the guy. Because every time I see him talking trash, I know this idiot in Nashville is just losing his mind, like kicking over his kitchen TV. Shut the fuck up! I like violence, man. I am. Not like when it happens to me or if I see it live. I like watching it on TV, you know? Watching people, you know, get attacked by animals. Just get blasted in the face or something, you know? Like, I'm a huge sports fan. You know my favorite, like, moment of, like, the last year was in sports? That Detroit Piston, Indiana Pacer bench clearing brawl. Wasn't that great? That was one of the greatest things I've ever seen. I was so confused when I watched ESPN that day. They were like, that was absolutely disgraceful. Basketball fans, it just must be a... I'm sitting there looking like, I'm a basketball fan. I loved it. I thoroughly enjoyed watching out-of-shape civilians get the shit kicked out of them by professional athletes. It was fascinating. And
And I think as sports fans, we kind of had it coming, right? Because how many times you gone to a game, right? You got a little too drunk, you started screaming at some dude on the field who could clearly kick the shit out of you, right? If you saw him in the parking lot, you'd be like, hey, can you sign my stamp collection? I think you're awesome. You get in the game, you're all drunk, you're like, you suck, buddy! You're a piece of shit! And they're always calling him up, come on up here! No, come on up here! Well, they came up there. They did, and they kicked the shit out of everybody. It was great. It was like a cartoon. You're like beating up whole rows of people at once, like... I loved every second. I love how Ron Artest punched the wrong guy. Wasn't that great? He taught that dude a valuable lesson in life. When shit goes down, you don't just stand there like you're watching a movie like, wow, it's coming right at me. Must be in 3D or something. That was a 5'6", 110-pound white dude, had an angry 6'10" black dude running right at him. That had to have been in his top 3 nightmares all time. Right behind getting his dick cut off and being lit on fire. And he just stood there. He's like trying to explain himself. Well, I still have the liquid in my cup, so there's no way I could have...